Hello everyone. In this video we're going to talk about, and I'm going to step through the process of linking this all together so you can use the DTS unit. This is after the binding process, which will be another video. I've got this down into 6 steps. I'm gonna step through it slowly, but steps 2 through 5 have to be kind of in a, I don't want to say a fast motion, but a single process. But anyways, we'll go over everything. We're going to open the app first. Then we'll turn on the TQI controller. We'll look for the green light. Then once we get the green light, we're going to turn on the DTS start line, which will be that one. We'll then look for the green light in the app. And then immediately thereafter, we will hold and press the set button and wait for 2 beeps. Once we get that 2 beeps, you'll immediately turn on the finish line. And then we should see in the app the green lights, and we'll go to the DTS unit and do a quick diagnostics just to make sure that everything's talking together. Like I said, this is the linking process. It's what I call the throw down and race. So it's after the binding. You want to do the binding if you have to. You want to do the binding like the night before or hours before. That way when you get there, you can just do this simple process, throw everything down, and start racing. Now something else I'll notice or note that used to in the past, what we would do is we would set these units up at the start line and finish line and then try to get everything linked up. Well, you don't have to. You can do this process first, then once you're talking with your TQI and both the finish and start line is talking together, then you can set those down and line out the reflectors on the lasers, which we'll go through that as well. So we will take this kind of slow to begin with, and then now one thing I will note is I didn't mess with this stuff for about a week, just because I wanted to see what would happen if I would have to step back through the bind process and whatnot, because sometimes after you're binding everything and you get through racing, you're just going to put everything back in the box and leave it as is for a couple of weeks. So I intentionally didn't mess with this for over a week just to see if this unit would lose its binding, which it didn't, so that's good. But anyways, we'll go ahead and step through the 6 processes here to get this up and running. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the app. Okay. Now once we get the app open, if you'll notice, we'll have red lights for the TQI. That means it's not linked up yet. And we also have red lights for your model or the DTS unit. Once we get to that area there, and of course this is after, of course, you've got the TQI talking with that. That's on a separate video that I've also made. And that's a pretty quick little process. But anyway, so you want to do that first, then you want to do the binding process, then it's this process for race day. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the TQI radio. So green light here, green light there, and a solid blue light there. That's the link light. And if you notice, we got a green icon here. Okay, so that means this controller is now communicating to this iPad via Bluetooth. Okay, then these 2 units here, they don't use Bluetooth, they use a radio frequency. But this unit, or the TQI, talks with the starting line with both the radio frequency and the Bluetooth. Anyways, I could get into a long drawn out process on what uses what and why that has an antenna. And anyways, we'll try to keep it simple. So anyways, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to turn on the TQI model after we open the app. We get a green light here. We're good to here. From this part, you're going to turn on your DTS start line. Okay. Let's move this closer. I'm going to start it. We'll hear a beep. Now, after it comes up, you want to hold down the set button until you hear the 2 beeps. Once you hear the 2 beeps, then you turn on your finish line. Now, in this case, you'll notice that we never got the green light on the DTS unit, and that's fine. It's nothing to be worried about. Basically, what you do if you don't get green lights right off the bat is just turn everything off and start over. And it could have something to do that I'm not doing this fast enough, but I'm not doing it fast enough simply because I want everyone to understand the process. So everything's turned off. We got red lights. The app's open. So we're going to try to go with the green lights again. So like I said, if you don't get green lights here, just turn it all off and redo this process, which I'll type this out and we will leave it in the comments here. So we're going to try it again. TQI on. We got a green light. DTS start line on. Green light. Hold the set button. 2 beeps. Finish line on. We'll see if we get it this time. No, we lost it. We lost it again. So we'll stop and turn it all off, and that's what I'm saying. This process from here to here, while that green light's on, got to be kind of fast. So everything's turned back off, and we'll try it again. All right. So TQI on. Green light. Start line on. Green light. Hold the set button. Finish line on. Okay, I think we got green lights here. We're set. Let's go to the garage, and let's go to the DTS system. And if you go to diagnostics, it's going to check the whole unit. Obviously, we don't have the reflector set up, but the start line and the finish line are talking. You got battery levels here. It knows that nothing's lined up on the sensor levels. So, but we're solid green, and it should stay like that. If it ever loses signal with each other, just turn everything off and redo this process. But from here, you can actually go through and set up your lasers or your reflectors. So what we'll do is we'll do that real quick. Let me move this to the side here, and we'll act like we're setting the unit on the start line. We'll get the reflector set up. Then to do that, you simply hold the offset or the options button. Till you hear beeps. And this is what it's doing. It is checking to make sure the lasers are reflective. So once you get your start line set up, you can then go to your finish line, and we'll set that up as well. Last time I did this, I got it backwards, so and you will notice you'll hear a beep every so often. What that is the communication check between the two units. So if you hear that beep every so often, don't worry about it. We still got green lights here, so we're good to go. Let's check the beam process. So we take this down to the finish line, get it set where we want to, and then we do this, hold the set button, and it's going to start checking for each laser. There we go. So therefore I've got my finish line set up and it is now linked up. So now if we go to the DTS unit and go to diagnostics now, it's going to check everything, and if you notice it gives us battery level. So the two units are talking with each other. We got laser lights for the start line and the finish line, the speed trap and the finish line. So we are ready to race. Anyways, I hope this helps out. And just remember, steps 2 through 5 need to be kind of in a single motion, so to speak. Anyways, hope this helps.